In 2020, nearly 3 miles beneath the surface of the Pacific Ocean, a team of marine archaeologists lowered a camera into the abyss. They expected fragments, twisted steel, scattered debris, the remains of a ship lost more than 70 years ago. But what they found instead stopped them cold. There, lying upside down on the ocean floor, perfectly preserved by time and silence, was the USS Nevada. Her steel hull, ghostly and immense, was still intact. Her name and number, 36, could still be read across her stern, bright as the day she sailed, and resting beside her something even stranger. A tank, a full-sized atomic-age battle tank, sitting like a monument beside the fallen battleship. For a moment it didn't seem real, as if time itself had frozen at the exact second Nevada sank. But this wasn't just another wreck. This was history's most indestructible ship, the vessel that refused to die. The story of Nevada is unlike any other. A story of survival through war, fire, and even the fury of the atom. And the discovery in 2020 revealed a secret the U.S. Navy has quietly kept sealed for 75 years. Because the Nevada isn't just another shipwreck. She's a time capsule, a monument to human resilience, and a mystery that began on one of the darkest days in American history. December 7th, 1941, Pearl Harbor. Japanese aircraft descend from the morning sky like a storm of fire and metal. Within minutes, Battleship Row becomes a floating graveyard. The Arizona explodes. The Oklahoma capsizes. The West Virginia sinks into the harbor mud. But amid the chaos, one ship moves. The USS Nevada. As bombs rain down, her crew scrambles to their stations. She's hit by a torpedo. A massive hole tears open her side, but instead of abandoning ship, her engineers counter-flood to keep her upright. Her gunners open fire, and against impossible odds, Nevada begins to move. She's the only battleship to get underway during the attack. Japanese pilots spot her escaping and throw everything they have at her. Bomb after bomb slams into her deck. Flames engulf her. Still, she presses toward the harbor entrance until her captain makes a choice that will define her legend. To save the fleet, he orders Nevada to run aground. She deliberately beaches herself, blocking the channel so no other ship will be trapped inside. When the smoke clears, 60 sailors are dead, 109 wounded. But Pearl Harbor is saved. USS Nevada, scarred and smoking, becomes a symbol of defiance. A ship that quite literally refused to die. In the months that follow, the Navy raises her from the mud and begins repairs. And in a gesture that would become symbolic, Nevada receives replacement guns, salvaged from the sunken Arizona. The spirit of one ship lives on through another. When she returns to sea, Nevada carries her sister's weapons and a ghost in her steel. By 1944, she's off the coast of France, bombarding the beaches of Normandy on D-Day. For 11 straight days, German batteries pound her with near misses, but she stands firm, returning fire that reaches 17 miles inland. Then she sails to the Pacific, fighting through Iwo Jima and Okinawa, surviving a kamikaze attack. From Pearl Harbor to D-Day, she becomes the only battleship to fight in both the Atlantic and Pacific, a bridge between two halves of a global war. But in 1945, when peace finally returns, Nevada faces a new kind of test, a test the world had never seen before. The United States is entering the atomic age, and they need to know how a battleship will withstand the power of the atom. They choose Nevada as the target. July 1946. Bikini Atoll, Marshall Islands. The U.S. Navy prepares for Operation Crossroads, the first post-war atomic bomb tests. Dozens of warships are anchored around a small tropical lagoon, and at the center, painted bright orange to mark her as Ground Zero, floats USS Nevada. At 9 a.m., the first bomb, codenamed Able, detonates high above the fleet. A blinding flash swallows the horizon. When the mushroom cloud clears, Nevada is still floating. 2 weeks later, a second bomb, Baker detonates underwater. Millions of tons of radioactive water erupt into the sky, raining death across the lagoon. Yet again, Nevada refuses to sink. For 2 years, she sits at Pearl Harbor, too radioactive to approach, too resilient to die. Scientists study her from afar. The paint glows faintly. The metal hisses with residual energy. She's a ghost of two worlds, born in the age of steel, reborn in the age of the atom. By 1948, the Navy has had enough. They decide to end the legend once and for all. They tow Nevada into the Pacific and unleash every weapon in their arsenal: bombs, torpedoes, shells. On July 31st, 1948, she finally slips beneath the waves. But as we now know, that wasn't the end. It was only the beginning. For 72 years, Nevada lay silent, forgotten, untouched, her exact resting place a mystery lost to time. Until 2020. Marine explorers from Ocean Infinity and Search Inc. send down autonomous underwater drones into the abyss, 1,500 feet below the surface, nearly 3 miles down. And there, in the eternal dark, the cameras catch something impossible. USS Nevada. Upside down, massive, unbroken, perfectly preserved. The number 36 still gleaming on her stern, her hull resting like a monument to everything she survived. Around her, the wreckage tells a story in steel. Her gun turrets, each weighing hundreds of tons, lie scattered like giant relics. You can still see shell holes from D-Day, burned scars from Pearl Harbor, and the warped metal from atomic fire. And beside her, resting upright on the seabed, the tank. An M26 Pershing, still intact, turret raised toward the dark. It had ridden 2 atomic blasts, the final bombardment, and a 3-mile plunge to the ocean floor, and survived. A monument to endurance, to defiance, to history that refuses to fade. When scientists examined the site, they found something extraordinary. The radiation that once made Nevada deadly had actually preserved her. The atomic contamination prevented corrosion, halting decay. While other wrecks were torn apart by salt and current, Nevada remained frozen in time, sealed in a cocoon of quiet radioactivity. Even more astonishing, life had returned. Around the wreck, coral and strange marine creatures had begun to grow. A new ecosystem born out of destruction, thriving in the glow of the atomic past. And perhaps the most symbolic part, Nevada had not moved an inch. Despite earthquakes, ocean currents, and shifting sediments, she remains exactly where she sank in 1948, still standing guard in her final position, like a sentinel of the deep. High-definition scans reveal every story written in her scars: the torpedo wound from Pearl Harbor, the shrapnel marks from Normandy, the melted steel from Bikini Atoll. Every dent, every plate, a chronicle of a life too strong to vanish. Today, USS Nevada is more than a shipwreck. She's a time capsule, a physical record of every era she touched. From the smoke of Pearl Harbor to the flash of atomic fire, she carried the world's darkest moments and refused to yield. The scientists who found her called it the most important underwater discovery of the 21st century. Because Nevada tells us something no laboratory ever could, that even when surrounded by destruction, some things are built to endure. A ship, a tank, a story of steel and will. The Nevada didn't just survive history, she became it. And 1,500 feet beneath the Pacific, she still waits, silent, proud, and eternal, the ship that refused to die. From the ashes of Pearl Harbor to the heart of the atomic age, the ocean keeps her secrets, but some refuse to sink.